Glad people are enjoying these videos I've been making. Anyway, for new viewers, I've created a program that sorts through 150,000 games in a random order, and whichever one I stop on, I play blind. So here we go. I'll do one of these for good luck. Good lord, how long is this game title? It's off my screen. I can't even. I need word wrap. It's clearly track and field for the Game Boy Color. Sorry, international track and field. All these retro sports games pretty much have the same art direction. They all look like Punch-Out. Okay, so what are we doing here? We have hyper mode, we have story mode, we have paint ranking. I'm a little intrigued by story mode. I'm a junior at Hyper College, decathlete. He runs decathlons. Hey, there's our manager, and he's blushing. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, she's handing out a watch that handles scheduling and physical data. It also handles saving. We gotta do this benchmark sprint just to have a baseline of my athletic abilities. Alright, she says, good effort. I'm pretty sure that's sarcasm. Nobody uses the phrase good effort genuinely. Wow, look at this. Do these things have a name? I've seen them a lot. I think I've seen them in like Persona. Incredible detail for a Game Boy Color game. Especially for whatever genre this is. I don't know what genre I'm even in on this game. Oh, look at this guy. I think he's the coach. He's not going to be running. I'm pretty sure he's not going to run anywhere. He's basically telling me to get my ass in gear. Alright, so the game just switches into this whole dating sim kind of UI. You kind of just schedule what you do each day, and each day you get better at what you want it to do. Each day you train, you lose power, which is basically, what would you call it, stamina? HP maybe? And you gain stress. I'm not sure what stress applies to. And then on Sundays, you have your day off, and you can call and you can hang out with friends and acquaintances. Your stress decreases. So it's kind of a way to balance things there. An interesting thing to note, when you hang out with the girl characters, you lose more power, and your stress decreases less. So essentially, you are punishing yourself by not always picking the guy. Basically, picking the girl is hard mode. Maybe this Game Boy Color track and field visual novel I'm playing has romancing options. I don't know. Also, I may just be overthinking all this. So I have no real strategy. I'm playing as blind, so I'm just picking whatever's default. If they want me to jump just a week straight, I'm gonna do it. So each different type of training has an NPC who shows up representing the sport, like their champion sort of. Terry shows up and he was like, "Oh, I'm retiring soon. Come and talk to me for some tips." It gives a bit more storyline, but as you can tell, this game is pretty much on autopilot. You're just choosing what to do and you do it. So after 3 weeks pass, Leanne, the manager, says that there will be testing tomorrow. I played a lot of games, so my thought process was, this testing's going to be important. So it's going to be an unavoidable event. So I'm going to try and maximize my, potential. I'm going to try and lose some stress by calling somebody up, hanging out with them, and then going to the event. Programmers were smart. All the calls I did went straight to voicemail, so there you have it. The player character got genuinely upset. Like, that's the most emotion I've seen out of this character yet. He has a very, murderous face. I don't know. I'm gonna take a break. I'm not sure how to get to the testing. Well, it turns out taking a break takes the whole goddamn day. And for some reason, I have a sick-ass convertible. I'm just driving it all in front of the track and field team. And I ended up somehow skipping the training event. Of course, the manager calls up. She's pissed, yelling at me because I missed the test. I'm guessing this is game over. But it's not. It's not game over. I would not expect this much freedom in a Game Boy Color game. So after all that, I guess I'll just train some more. I did endurance running. Well, apparently I'm dying. There's a health and wellness meter at the top here. It's been there the whole time. I didn't know what the hell that was. Apparently, if you don't balance your stress and power correctly, you just injure yourself. You overexhaust yourself. So, to nobody's surprise, me jumping 15 days in a row had me ending up in the hospital. I just want to say, take a look at this doctor. Usually doctors are represented as, smart and dignified, but goddamn, this character's portrait is missing all of his teeth. The art director had some sort of vendetta against physicians. Anyway, so I got stuck in the hospital for 9 days. I cannot do any sort of form of exercising for 9 days. I still have Sundays off, so I called the manager. She's very worried about me. On the following Sunday, I call my best friend Harley. He says, "Be a good boy. Stay at home." What a jackass. While I'm still in the hospital, I'm not even at home. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But the manager shows up. She shows up with a tape of the World Track Meet. As you can see here, sponsored by Hyper Mode Anus. So I'm out of the hospital. I set up more of a healthy training regimen. I implemented breaks this time, and I'm doing more strength training, not only just jumping. one day while training, turns out this guy named Thorpe, apparently is my rival, just shows up and he's like, I'm Thorpe. Edge, you're just hype. I'm gonna take nationals next year, bucko. Be seeing ya. To know, wrestling recovers a lot. Like a lot of power and stress. I'm pretty sure this game run is just unsalvageable at this point because I've messed up multiple times. I collapsed in the middle of training. But I'm just gonna keep on going. I don't want to restart it. I've been playing this for a while. And then Janine shows up. She specializes in hurdles. Player character likes that. I'm like almost positive. I'm almost positive that this has like a dating game element somewhere in here. I mean, between the UI and me blushing when I see, you know, new girls, it's gotta be some sort of dating game. And then now I can call her. I can call Janine. But you don't see me being able to call a fucking Mr. Olympia who's throwing javelins into the bleachers. So I'm apparently dying again. I've made sure not to let the wellness meter drop, but apparently I'm dying once again, as you can see from the EOW my character is saying. So they're saying somebody get some help. Surely these events aren't hard-coded? I wouldn't think. So it turns out I'm just fine. I twisted my ankle a little bit. It's probably just some sort of benchmark to make sure I'm doing my exercises, and if I was below a certain number, I'd end up in the hospital or something. And now I get the option to clean up the grounds with Leanne, the manager. I chose yes. You have you get to choose if you want to help her. I swear to God, dating game. I'm going for the harem ending here. So after I help her out, I'm gonna call Janine. Alright, time to look at my stats here. I don't know what that means. Really should probably attend one of those testings. Okay, finally. I've made it 1/4 through this game. I made it to a track meet. I say 1/4 because there's a calendar system and I'm pretty sure you have to do one whole year. Could be wrong. I can finally play the other portion of the game. My rival Thorpe shows up and he says, "You're not good enough. Save yourself some embarrassment." And it says Pip. I don't know what Pip means. Oh, he shows me his physical data. Holy shit, what a Chad. He shows me how powerful he is, comparing it to mine. I've just been annihilated. This game is going to turn into a whole different genre the moment Thorpe, my rival, steals the girls and the main character likes it. So the previous world champ shows up to teach players how to do the events. It's basically just you just mash A and B and you press up. In the 100-meter dash, Thorpe destroys me. In the long jump, I in fact do embarrass myself. In the shot put, it's like I haven't been training. The pole jump, I just kicked the pole. As you can tell, I completely failed the track meet. I came in dead last. And at this point, I was going to stop playing the game because basically I've seen everything I needed to see. I saw all the events and I've kind of seen most of the story. Boy, was I wrong. This game runs deep. I did eventually end up doing the testing and it was exactly like I thought it'd be. It teaches you how to do the event, so it would have helped a great deal doing it earlier in the game. The trainers that show up actually do teach you stuff. They teach you skills, which they teach through a mini game of DDR. And whichever skills you learn is applicable during the meets. Periodically it rains, and you have to do indoor exercises, which is a nice touch. And yes, I did call it. I shit you not, there are dating elements within this game. Surprisingly enough, there's actually winter break events. You get 2 weeks off and you get to celebrate Christmas with her. The player actually gloats a little bit, saying he's finally able to spend some alone time with her. But of course, this is a kid's game on the Game Boy Color, so they're not going to show anything risky or even hint at it. When you go out on a date with her, Harley shows up and ruins everything, basically. And then everybody nervously laughs and says, "Oh, Merry Christmas." And then for pure curiosity's sake, I wanted to check if now spending time with Leanne actually reduced your stress more than Harley, and it does not. Also, there is a breakup option. It's a very touching event with sad music playing. But then this happens. Hidden motive or bad programming? You decide. And sadly, I did stop the game here. If I continued playing this game, this video would be over 20 minutes long. Okay, so International Track and Field for the Game Boy Color. This is in fact the box art. It is not even marketed like how I just played the game. I had to double check. It was a dating sim that combined the track and field genre and put it on the Game Boy Color. It's pure madness. Nobody would do that in their right mind. Everything was perfectly executed. The only minor thing would be not having me have so much freedom. You know, I missed out on a couple key events that would have helped a lot, but the events in between training are sort of random. I had to restart the game at one point, and I got different events. Also, I didn't even go into the other game modes. Who knows how much replayability this game actually has? Listen, I'm not one to sit here and just hand out S tiers, okay? But this is in fact S tier. Spectacular. Also, the game will be receiving the Oops, a Wrong Game Award. I don't know if you remember the intro, but it actually cut off the first portion of the game title. I was actually supposed to play ESPN's International Track and Field, made by Konami, for the Game Boy Color. This game's title is International Track and Field for the Game Boy Color, made by Konami, 6 months apart. You can understand my confusion. I'll be more careful in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.